Welcome to the Crop Insurance Podcast, the podcast where we dive deep into the world of crop insurance. I'm your host, Mike Rydell, a third-generation crop insurance agent, and I'm thrilled to have you join me on this educational journey. At our family-owned and operated business, we've been providing crop insurance expertise for generations. Our goal here is simple, to educate our listeners. Crop insurance can be complex and overwhelming, but I believe that understanding it is crucial for every farmer. So whether you're a seasoned farmer looking to stay updated or a newcomer seeking guidance, this podcast is for you. Welcome to a special edition of the Crop Insurance Podcast. It's springtime in Montana, and so what that means is there's late snowstorms, late rain, and a chance for farmers to go out and look at their winter wheat to see if it came up. Part of going and looking at your winter wheat, you may notice that there's some spots where winter wheat's not coming up, just in a few spots here or there. Or you may notice entire fields that didn't come up, and this could be for a variety of reasons. But you do have options based on your policy to help you plant your spring crop, replant your winter wheat, or little of both, or something entirely else. So if you have federal crop insurance and you have wheat on your policy, you automatically have the replant payment. And what that is if you have a minimum of 20 acres or 20% of a unit that needs to be replanted, in other words, the winter wheat didn't come up, they'll pay you 4 times the base price. So if the base price is $7.14 an acre, multiply that times 4, they're going to pay you $28.56 per acre to replant that wheat. Now, what's fairly new under the replant program is they used to give the farmer 100% of the payment. If you have a share on the land, they are going to pay you your share. So if you have 2/3 interest, they're going to pay you 2/3 of that $28.56, and they're going to pay the landlord the other third. The other thing to note on a replant is the spring wheat that you replant directly into your winter wheat. That's considered winter wheat. You're going to take that to harvest. It's going to continue to keep the winter wheat guarantee. You either have a loss or you don't have a loss. And there's no additional premium for the replant. That's just part of your policy. Now let's say that you have the winter option, and you'll be able to see this on your policy when you look at the WO, which stands for winter option. Now this used to be known as option B. That's no longer the case. It's now winter option. They changed how the loss pays out under the old option B, and so this is not as farmer friendly as the old program, but it's what we have now. In order to have the winter option, you had to elect this by the sales closing deadline for your crop. So like in Cascade County in Montana, that was September 30th. Typically this costs, for wheat in Montana, anywhere from $1.15 to $1.65 an acre, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. It all depends on your APHs, coverage level, unit structure, etc. But it does cost additional money to have it, and that money is charged on every acre of winter wheat planted, whether you use it or not. So keep that in mind. If you do take the winter option, you still get the replant option, the replant payment is still available to you. You can still use that. You don't have to use the winter option. You can still replant. What the winter option gives you is an additional option. And so how does it work? So the way it works is you go out, you notice that an entire field or entire unit is not coming up, and you're going to want to destroy it. So you're going to have to turn in this claim. An adjuster is going to come out and give you an appraisal. Based on that appraisal, you're going to decide whether you want to destroy this or just simply replant, take it to harvest, etc. When you get that appraisal, that's going to account for your production. And so if you destroy the field, they're going to enter the appraisal as your production in your history, and they're going to pay you your winter wheat loss at that time. Now, depending on what you do, you're going to get a different amount of payment. If you're going to destroy your winter wheat and seed nothing, they're going to pay you 100% of your winter wheat loss at that time. If you're going to destroy your winter wheat, seed a second crop, and not insure that second crop, they're going to pay you 100% of your winter wheat loss. If you're going to destroy your winter wheat, seed a second crop, and insure that second crop, they're only going to pay you 35% of your winter wheat loss. Now, on the spring crop, they're going to charge you the full premium on the spring crop, and you're going to take it to harvest. Now, if there's no loss on that second crop, they're going to pay you the balance of that 65% of the winter wheat loss. If there is a loss on the spring crop, they're going to say which is greater, the 65% balance of the winter wheat loss or the 100% of the spring crop loss. You get one or the other. You don't get both. The old option B, you could get both. With the winter option, you get one or the other. So that's the biggest difference between the two. So then after harvest, you're going to report your production and finalize the loss at that time. Most of the time that what we're seeing is people are not insuring that second crop, mainly because they want 100% of the winter wheat loss. And the other reason is they don't want to pay a second premium on the same acres on the same crop year. Because again, if you insure that second crop, you're going to have to pay that premium. So sometimes what people do is they'll take that premium savings and some of that winter wheat loss, and they'll use those monies to then put optional hail insurance coverage or something on the spring crop if it warrants it. And again, you still have the replant option. Even with the winter option, you can still do that. But if you have the winter option, it just gives you more choices. One thing to keep in mind is that the policy itself requires you to replant the winter wheat if you find it's spotty out there anyways. Where the payment comes in is at that 20% or 20 acre rule. So do keep in mind that if you see something you need to replant, the policy is going to require you to do so anyways. So that's why you want to make sure you turn it in so that you can get a loss payment. And if it's more widespread, then you're going to look at using the winter option. Be sure to visit the link found in this podcast episode, and in that article you will find a flowchart which helps to better describe the replant payment and the winter option process. From my family to yours, thank you very much for listening. I sincerely hope that this presentation has been instrumental in enhancing your understanding of federal crop insurance. If you find value in our podcast, we kindly encourage you to subscribe and spread the word among your friends and neighbors. To access further information, please visit our website at thecropinsurancepodcast.com, where you'll find the latest podcast episodes, articles, and exciting new features conveniently located in one place. This information is not all-inclusive and is meant to be used only as general guidelines for educational purposes. For additional information, please see crop provisions, reference the Crop Insurance Handbook or Loss Adjustment Manual, or contact your crop insurance agent. This institution is an equal opportunity provider and employer.